NegiShioButaDon. That is quite a name for a band. We're going to be checking them out today for the first time, and boy, is this long overdue. I can't deny, I've been seeing the name of this band coming up in my YouTube feed, which is actually, I've got to be honest, my YouTube suggestion feed is pretty good. It gives me a lot of new bands, and you know, this one's been coming up so many times, and I don't know why I keep on missing on them. I've seen their shows advertised. Basically, I feel like an arsehole for not having checked out this band earlier, because they've just been there. There always seems to be something getting in the way, and today is the day I'm going to put it right and check out this band. But I have to give them massive credit. In the time it's taken me to get around to actually finding out about them, I've had a little look, and they've already clocked 40,000 subscribers. This new music video came out 4 hours ago. It's already got 9,000 views. They are doing great. And I want to also draw attention to that name, as unusual as it might sound, just to break it down. NegiShioButaDon. If you don't know, negi, that's basically like the Japanese style, I think you call them spring onions, you know, the sort of the long onion, green onion. Shio, salt, buta, pork, don, rice. It's basically a pork rice bowl with a bit of seasoning. That's the name of the band. I love it. So why I have not checked out this band, I do not know, but we're going to put it right today with their brand new song. Let's get into this. We'll talk more afterwards. As I mentioned, this is the first time knowingly I've ever listened to this band. It's only 3 minutes long. Let's go. All right. Liking that punky bass line. Oh, it's R17. Oh, yes. This is the building so many music videos are filmed in. R17 side armor. Ooh. It's kind of punky, but it's funky as well. It's funky punky. Love her voice with that drum line as well. Nice double snare work. That was a cool breakdown before the chorus start. This is reminding me a lot of sort of like late 90s like punk songs. Yeah, that kind of melodic punk from the late 90s. Simple, raw, but strangely melodic. Love that. Love the bass sound. This is like the proverbial 4-chord song, and yet it's playing it off really cool. This is interesting. There's going to be a lot to break down on this one, isn't there? Already almost completed. That little breakdown is the only time it deviates from the 4-chord pattern. Strong chords in this song. Oh, you can see all the tires packed up because this is Sorry, I'll explain that in a bit. There is a lot to break down here. There is a lot to break down about this. Now, first things first, just to point out what I was laughing about a moment ago there. So you can probably see, I think you can see my mouse on here. if you can't, on the right hand side there is a big stack of tires. The reason being is they've all been moved to one side. This venue, a lot of people have said they think it looks like an aircraft hangar. It's not. It's got big like a struts in the middle. After all, you can get wings in there. But the thing is, this is actually used as an indoor go-kart track a lot of the time. And it's been used for, like, I think it's something ridiculous, like over 50 music videos have been filmed here. I did a whole feature about this on one of my other channels in, like, our end of year video thing. But yeah, this venue, super familiar. And this band is bringing us a sound where, okay, this is, I mean, I didn't know what to expect, but this is an interesting thing to find, because this is one of those songs where, as a first introduction to a band, it leaves you with a big question. I wonder how this compares to their other songs, because this song on its own, it seems to be making almost a very clear statement about being as simple and as raw as possible. So if I hear the rest of their songs, and the rest of their songs are like doing a simple, raw, punky thing again, it's going to make me feel one way about this song. If I hear the rest of their songs, and this is kind of like a bit of a contrast, deliberately being more punky and simple and straightforward, again, that's going to make me feel very differently about it. But just approaching it as it currently is, as the only song I've heard by NegiShioButaDon, I have to say that this on a pure level of effectiveness, it's funky. It gets through to you straight away with that very sort of simple rumbling bass line, which has a beautiful tone, you know, that kind of tangible, gritty bass line where you can really feel the rattling of the strings, the whole physicality of the bass instrument, the bass guitar as an instrument comes across. I love that. I love the way it bursts in, and then we get the guitars, you know, they're not super distorted. They're just kind of enough that they can give a bit of grip, but also be kind of funky when they need to be sort of chopping in and out and bouncing over the beat. The drum line, again, simple but nice, sort of like a double snare tap in the rhythm that just gave it a little bit of a bounce, a little bit of a skip to the beat. And the vocalist, love her voice, you know, really cool, bit of soulfulness to it. So this is really, really good in all of those aspects. Now, anyone who's watched my videos before will be thinking and probably screaming at the screen what they want me to talk about, because I am a big proponent of songwriting, and I've got nothing against simple songwriting. In fact, often I think simple songwriting can be the most difficult thing to get right. But of course, this does slightly go against a couple of things that I usually, you know, talk about, which is one, songs where the bass and the guitars are playing the same thing. That can be a bit of an issue for me, and I am a little bit of someone who has railed about the 4-chord songs before, and this is pretty much entirely just the same 4 chords over and over again, with the bass basically following what the guitars do. Does it work here? Well, I think that on one level, the first level I would approach it on, yes, it works, in that it's so clearly what this song is about. This song is so clearly like playing towards that aspect of being simple and punky and just 4 chords repeated. It's not like it's kind of hiding it because it hasn't got any ideas or anything. It's obviously about that. They are obviously pushing that angle of this being a very simple, raw, bare bones kind of song, and that's one of the reasons why it only being 3 minutes is a good idea. It doesn't outstay its welcome. I think that therefore it does work, and I've said before, I think that bass and guitar following the same basic routine can be okay in punky songs as a general, because the chord changes tend to be very quick, and again, the soundscape you're going for is one of very raw simplicity. Where it maybe won't work is that, I gotta be honest, this might be a song that I wouldn't be able to really binge this. Yeah, usually with the best singles, especially ones that have a good melody like this, you want to go back to them and listen to them over and over and over again and kind of get them stuck in your head and just sort of like excitedly binge, repeat, listen to the song over and over again, like, wow, what a great single I've just found. This is one of those ones where, because it's the same 4 chords, I think it would be a little bit difficult for me to binge, repeat, listen to this. It's going to get kind of stuck in my head, but I'm not sure that I'm going to want to come back to it and listen to it over and over again just because of the fact it's the 4 chord repeat thing. I will say though, once again, I think that this, It's really hard to judge this without knowing what the rest of their songs are like, but from hearing this song, the biggest compliment I can give it is that it makes me really interested and excited to hear more of their music, because I'm hoping that this is kind of like their bare bones song that is kind of here. It's the port at which I've docked alongside, and when I get inland, I'm going to find a whole range of other songs that may be equally sort of punky, but might explore this kind of very simple, raw, direct sound in a different way, might show other ways in which they produce their nuance and such like. As a single though, as a first introduction, this was fun. The tone was beautiful. It was nice and direct and honest about what it wanted to be. It wasn't trying to be pretentious. It wasn't trying to be overly clever. Instead, it just delivered a good melody, a good feeling, made you rock along for a few minutes, didn't outstay its welcome, and has me fascinated to check out more. So I would consider those all to be great things, and a special love and respect for filming it at R17 in Saitama. Yeah, God, I go to R17 in Saitama. It's like one of the important locations every band has to like just tick off the list when they're becoming famous. You need a rooftop, you need a beach, you need to perform on Shibuya Scramble Crossing, R17 in Saitama. Anyway, there you go. As always, get in the comments, tell me what you think, and until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao.